we'll just kind of jump right into it. So we're a week or two removed from your last fight. How are you feeling at this present moment?
I feel great, it was a really fun experience. Um it was I didn't perform how I wanted to, but that happened. And yeah, I'm ready for the next one. I'm really looking forward to come back soon.
Yeah, no, and I've no doubt about it. So this was your first fight in the UFC, as we knew you came across from LFA. Now, despite the outcome, which we will get to shortly, how was the experience overall? Was it exactly how you imagined it to be?
Yeah, but just a little bit busier. It was the Thursday, it was media day, and of course
Mhm.
it's like super busy. There is no time for nothing. There is just like rest and then media and then try to rest again. And the next day you wake up, you do the wake up, and it's non-stop. It's a lot,
Mhm.
but it's great. That's a really nice experience that not everyone gets to experience.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's what I was just going to ask you about that, about your preparation. More eyes on you, more media, more attention overall to what you're used to. Did that change your preparation in any kind of way that was kind of away from the norm that you were used to?
Not necessarily. The only thing is that I had to travel earlier. I had to go to the States earlier because I had to do like the visa stuff, and it wasn't going to be in time if I stay in Canada. So pretty much I got the call, and I had to fly the next day to the States, and went to Denver and trying to get all the medicals done, trying to, getting my training in, um, trying to rest in between, and media stuff. And yeah, but I mean, it was fun. Now it's hard, but when you look back, it's like, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's kind of chasing the goal that you've got to get to. So prior to the UFC, you had a 5-0 record. Prior to the call up, you were also the strawweight champion at the time at LFA.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, you were clearly on the radar. How did it feel? Was it a bittersweet moment? You're going to be joining the UFC, but you've just kind of worked so hard to get that belt. Was that kind of bittersweet, or was it like mine's made up?
Say it again.
Oh, sorry. So, joining the UFC, so of course you've worked very hard to get the belt, to get the strawweight title. Did it feel hard giving the belt up after just having it?
Oh no, because every fight prior the UFC is just a step, and I knew like the next step most likely was gonna be UFC short fight or contenders.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's not hard at all because my goal is to go to the UFC to fight for the belt in the UFC. So no, it's not hard because I want to have a belt even better.
How long have you been fighting for now?
When am I fighting again?
No, how long have you been fighting for?
Oh, 4 years. I want to say 4 years.
4 years. So you got quite an amateur background as well. Did you get a lot of amateur rounds in before you got to pro?
Yeah, I had like about 10 fights before going to pro.
And was that across in there? Was that in the kind of Mexican region, or was that through in Canada as well?
I've been training in Canada this whole time, but the
Mhm.
fights were in the States. One, it was here in Canada. Yeah.
Awesome. So just want to ask as well. So not everybody gets a call up to the UFC. Where were you when you got told?
I was actually at Costco with my boyfriend. Like my
You were shopping.
management, yeah, we were shopping. Actually, my manager say, okay, Jessica Penn's opponent pull out, blah blah blah. I'm gonna push for it, all of that. And then so we were just waiting for the call to see if the UFC wanted to take me. Got the call, and it was like, yeah, you got it, but you gotta leave the next day, right? Like
Oh,
first plane, you gotta get out of Canada, blah blah blah. So yeah, everything happened so fast,
was
so
it?
fast.
Yeah. Did you get called by? Was it by Sean Shelby or Dana personally? Did you get a call by someone big up in the UFC?
No, my management called me.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's the first thing you done? The moment you got your call, did you finish your shopping? Did you go out and celebrate?
Oh, I went straight to the gym and did
Oh,
my
wow.
last conditioning session, and before I jump into the plane the next day.
Jessica Penn, so how did you feel upon being told that you'd be going to fight a former title challenger? We know she's been in a lot of fights. She, of course, has been out for some time as well. Did you hope that you would get someone so challenging, so you can go and make a big statement from the get go?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I didn't perform how I wanted to, or like I didn't perform how I didn't do a lot of the stuff that, a lot of my skills didn't show that night. I mean, I have no excuses really. It's just, that happened, and okay, until the next one. And I mean, a lot of people thought I won and all of that, but I didn't, in the judges' eyes. So that's lost. And yeah, I mean, I can't complain. She's been around for a long time. She has tons of experience, and I got to step in the cage with her. Like, doesn't get better than that. So yeah, just excited for my next opponent. And Jessica should apologize for my next opponent, because I want to go wild.
Yeah. Were you very familiar with Jessica before this? Like, did you get a chance to watch a lot of her fights beforehand before you got to the UFC?
Yeah, like I hear about her before. I watch her fight. I mean, she can fight for a long time, right? So yeah, I hear about her, and I saw a couple of her fights, but nothing. Like, I never thought she was gonna be my opponent one day, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's just one of those mad things in this mad world. You train so hard, you work to get to where you're going to get to, and then next thing, people who you've looked up to or that you've seen over that period of time, suddenly you're standing in front of them, both chasing the same goal. So it's a pretty mad one at that. So I got a good chance to watch the fight. It was clear there was a lot of good moments in it as well, in terms of I seen a lot of kind of grappling going on in terms of against the cage, a lot of defence needing to be done. Now, going into that fight, I've primarily looked at you as a boxer. I've seen you punching people apart. Now, when I'm looking at that just now, do you feel, I know that you said, of course, that you don't feel that the decision was too bad. Do you feel that it was like a lack of boxing or a lack of being able to defend Jessica that was the problem?
I mean, it was a lack of everything. I don't think I show up exactly how I wanted to that fight. I could have boxed more. I could follow up after I took her down, or after the slam. I feel like I let a lot of opportunities go. And don't ask me why, because I'm still asking the same question to myself. But, that happened, and I'm sure it won't happen again. I'm going to make sure of that. And I'm just ready for my next opponent. Yeah, I mean, things happen in there, I as someone would say, I shed the bed. And, stuff happened. And I mean, looking forward for my next one, and not making that mistake again.
Yeah, no, it's a very candid and pure way to see it. And like you said, it just kind of speaks volumes about the awareness. You know why you're there. You know that you're there. Both got the same goal, as I've said. So it's a very mature way to look at it. Certainly based on a loss, because a lot of people, certainly based on judges' decisions, have got their own types of agendas. So that's awesome. Are you a fan of wrestling, by the way?
What, sorry?
Are you a fan of wrestling, just with that slam?
Oh, actually, when I was a little kid, I wanted to do WWE. That's the original thing I wanted to do.
You can tell.
Yeah, and then I like doing those, but I don't know, like, I'm pretty strong for a 115, and honestly, like, she didn't feel that heavy. Like, when I was picking her up, or when she was on my back, she didn't feel heavy. She just, great technique. Can't complain, right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I do a lot of weightlifting too, so yeah, she was not a problem. Like, I wasn't getting tired from that. It was just me not showing up to fight very much.
No, well, she's very, very long-legged, and I can tell you from looking at it from our side, it was insane. Like, literally off the ground, and the way she fell, talking about her facial reaction as well, I don't think she expected that at all. It was like a kind of fall from the heavens.
Yeah.
Pretty mad. So, just based on that, for looking at it, you've seen a lot of media traction going on with that. So just retracting to what we were saying earlier on. So judges' decisions, we know that you worked, we know that you're aware of what could have been done. a lot of people are saying that you were robbed. A lot of people on social media. Do you feel you were robbed, or do you personally feel that the right call was made?
I mean, I don't want to say just because even if I won, like even if my hand was the one raised, I didn't like the performance that I wouldn't be happy either way, just because didn't show up. I didn't perform how I can or how I should have, and it's part of it, and this happened, and that's a bummer, but just learning from this and go from there. This, yeah.
And that feeling you're describing when you kind of feel yourself that you're not performing, is that something that you're getting in the cage in the kind of real time? Like you're like, I just can't seem to get everything together.
Yeah, it was just like, since in the morning, like I was drained, like a lot of stuff. Yeah, like it's everything lining up, and I don't know. It was weird, but and it was like everything happened so fast. That's just everything happens so fast, and no, I'm not gonna have a great day every time I fight. So, shit happens.
That's a good way to see it. So you said at the start there you're eager to back in. How soon? How soon are we talking?
Oh, I want to get back in 3-4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who would it be against then? Because I was looking at the rankings and I was looking at in terms of newcomer, you're just in the division. We see who's at the top of the food chain. We see who's in front of you in terms of getting there. Have you seen anybody in mind? I mean, I've seen like Kay Hansen, Cheyenne Buys, Randa Marcos. Have you been looking at people like that?
Yeah, anyone. I never pick my opponents. I have never picked my opponents. I don't, honestly, I have no preference, or whoever they give me, I'll fight.
I mean, going on your knowledge of the division, I mean, is there anybody, if you can pick out those three, is there anybody in mind that you would go, if I can pick, I would love to take them?
Say that again.
Sorry, it's my Scottish accent. We talk about 400 miles
an
hour. So if you had to choose out of those three, out of Randa Marcos, Kay Hansen, who would you pick?
Oh man, that's a hard pick. I want to fight all of those same night. Give me all of those. Oh, that's a hard pick. No, all of those girls are great. I'll be happy to fight any of those girls. I have no. Yeah, I couldn't pick one for sure.
No, they're all in front of you, so it's just a case of getting through them all to get to the top of the food chain and get that belt. So I saw that you were training with Rose Namajunas. How was it?
Oh, it was great. Oh man, she's so good. Training with her just show you like how much more I gotta learn. It's really cool because I'm really excited to watch her this weekend for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be some card. Have you got her to win? What do you think she's going to pull off?
Huh?
Do you think she's going to win?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. What do you think?
I mean, just seeing Whaley when she was fighting with Joanna, just seeing how tough she is and how resilient she can be, because that was an absolute war. And the thing is, Rose Namajunas, on any day, some days, as we've seen in the past, it doesn't always work out. But if you get her when the stars are aligned, if you will, it's everything. It's she can beat anybody on any given day, and the striking and the pace in that she's got. I could see her doing it, but I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to pick. I think I'm just going to enjoy it as the fan and be grateful for being able to see that.
Yeah, for sure. That's an honor to watch those two fight for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So, yeah, this is just a start for you. So, as you said, you've worked hard you went through the amateur divisions, you've worked your way up to the UFC, which is the goal. You're here now, you've had a fight with a vet. We know it didn't work out. You're very honest in the way that you've approached it. You've just got to get stuff connected, get stuff together, and you'll be back in there in a couple of months. So, you're in the big league. You've done it. So that's the main thing. We can't wait to see what you're going to be doing over the next couple of months. What's your plans for the weekend?
After you go out of the country from Canada, when you come back, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So just stay home and just chill, watch gonna start doing my little workouts at home and watch the fights. That is LFA fights tonight, UFC fights tomorrow. Just enjoy my time home, my boyfriend, my dog, and that's it. Just chill.
Yeah, that's awesome. No, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and it's great to get you on and finally get past all the technical issues. Now, where could people find more about you? Your social media?
They can follow me on Lupita Godinez. That's on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter. And message me anytime. I try to reply to everyone. And thanks everyone who is following me, and thanks for doing this.
No problem at all. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we can't wait to see you coming back in a couple of months. Thanks again.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Take care, all right? Thank you.
Bye.